As I've said before, I absolutely detest small talk. And when I say small talk, I'm talking, of course, about things like, hi, how are you? What are you up to? What time is it where you are? Are you up early or late? That kind of conversation. Because there's no real excuse for it. Small talk used to be something you would use to break awkward silences in lifts or if you bumped into someone in the streets. They were pleasantries, they were things you went through. But people use the internet to have these conversations like they're the most amazing thing in the world. And as I've said before, I do hate the psychology behind it because there are so many people out there who think that their hi, how are you, what are you up to conversation is like gold dust to other people. Like we relish it, like we look forward to hearing from that person. The second I'm aware that I'm in one of those conversations, I'm gone. If I open my inbox and I see hi, I just walk away because why should I? Why should I put in 100% to a conversation where the other person is going to be putting in less than 1% if I'm lucky? And if I'm having a conversation with someone with an actual topic and they disappear for a few hours and come back later, I actually don't mind. I like it when people do that, when they come back and pick a conversation up where it left off, because that to me shows that they're interested. But if I send a really thoughtful message and then 3 hours later I get hi as a response, I'm gone. There's no point. We were having a lovely conversation and you've now turned it into that kind of shit. And I also know as well that there are a lot of people who legitimately believe that because they're so amazing and because you're so low in their estimations, that you relish this small talk. They'll come to you and they'll engage you in one of these very bland conversations, and then 5 minutes later they're gone. One day when they want something from you, they'll bring up the conversations they gave you as if you're supposed to be grateful for them, as if you're supposed to owe them for them now. I've known plenty of people online who, even though the only conversations we've ever had have been, hi, how are you, what are you up to? And that's been the situation no matter how hard I've tried to steer the conversation to something more interesting. Yet these people, they think that because they gave me those scraps, that they can talk to me or talk about me with this sort of unearned familiarity that even people I've known in real life and have actually spent time with and actually got to know, even they wouldn't speak to me with the familiarity that some of these random weirdos online do. So that's really my take on small talk. It's a waste of time, and very often it's given by people who feel that they're adding something to your life when in reality you've lost something, the time you've spent having these conversations. And if people just learn to pick a topic and actually put some thought into their messages, I think the internet would be a great place. But you know what? I absolutely can forgive these people. I can give these people a bit of leeway. They're obviously not very intelligent people, or they're obviously people that have spent their whole lives being told that they're special and they don't have to contribute anything. Just start up a conversation, let the other person handle it, let the other person carry it on their back. It doesn't matter. So I can completely understand, maybe even forgive people who waste my time in this way. But there's one element of small talk that I never forgive, and it makes me facepalm so hard when it happens to me. It's when you're having one of those conversations, hi, how are you, what are you up to? And they ask you how you are, and you say, I'm bored. And they reply, why are you bored? What do you mean, why am I bored? Like, what am I supposed to do here? Am I supposed to now sit here and tell this amazing, lengthy story full of love and betrayal, laughter and sadness that ends with me basically sitting bored, having small talk with a wanker? Why do you think I'm bored? I'm bored because there's fuck all to do today. I mean, that's how you know that someone just hasn't got the energy or the effort. There's no rhetorical side to that question. It's just someone asking stupid questions because they want to say words or because they want to be polite, but they're not really interested. So for me, why are you bored is like the absolute pinnacle of small talk. If small talk was a cake, it wouldn't be a very tasty one. Why are you bored would be like the fucking cherry on top of it. So yeah, that's my rant about a seemingly an inoffensive question, but when you actually think about it, It's quite insulting in a way. I hate that people think they can win others over just by being dull and boring, but at least you can put the rest of small talk down to something else. But why are you bored? Now that's a question that it shouldn't even exist.